Archangel Michael says, "It's a divine emergency. Heaven has just uncovered the full truth. The one who betrayed you has finally been revealed, and the one who hurt you, heaven saw every single thing they did. Listen to me, beloved child of God. The time to stay silent is over. You've held your tears for too long, locked away your pain behind quiet smiles and heavy prayers, but the sky above you has never been blind to your suffering. Every tear you cried in secret was recorded, every silent scream heard by the one who created the oceans and calmed the winds with a whisper. You were never unseen, never unheard, never forgotten, not even for a single second. Type yes to affirm. The betrayal that broke your heart was not hidden from heaven. That moment when your trust was shattered by the very person you believed would protect it, that moment when love turned to manipulation, and laughter turned to cruelty. I saw it all. God saw it all. Jesus stood right beside you in that room, in that silence, in that heartbreak, and his heart broke with yours. The one who hurt you did not just harm your body or your mind, they tried to damage your soul. But here is the truth I want you to hear clearly: they have no power over your destiny. What they did cannot cancel what God has written for you. What they tried to destroy, God is about to restore. What they used to shame you, God will now use to raise you. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to grow closer to God. The angels wept when they saw what you endured. Not because you were weak, but because you were so strong. You stayed kind when you could have been bitter. You stayed faithful when you could have walked away. You forgave again and again, not because they deserved it, but because you didn't want to carry the darkness they put in your life. Heaven noticed. And heaven is responding now. Type "I love God" to claim abundance through God's love. Child, God has released His justice. The name of the one who betrayed you has been recorded in the courts of heaven, and divine truth is about to fall like thunder. This isn't punishment, it's correction. This isn't revenge, it's redemption. The time has come for the scales to balance, for the weight of your prayers to shake the ground beneath those who harmed you. They smiled in your face, but hid knives behind their back. They spoke your name with praise in front of you, but twisted it with poison when you weren't looking. You loved them genuinely. You gave when you barely had. You trusted when others warned you not to. You believed when it was risky. And still, they chose to throw your heart to the ground. But you were not alone then, and you are not alone now. I, Archangel Michael, have been assigned to defend you. I have fought wars on your behalf in the unseen realms. I have pushed back shadows you never saw, blocked curses before they could touch you, and stood between your soul and destruction. And now, God has commanded me to speak this message into your life. The one who betrayed you is already facing consequences you haven't seen yet. The delay was never denial. It was preparation. God needed time to show the full truth not only to you, but to those around you. So no one could say it was your imagination. So no one could deny what happened. The masks are falling, the lies are unraveling, and what was hidden is being exposed. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. This is the one moment that can rewrite your future, but only if you claim it now, because hesitation will only keep you chained to the same struggles. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. This is a time of divine revealing. People who betrayed you will suddenly find themselves facing the very truth they tried to bury. And you, God's beloved, will rise from this pain with grace, with strength, with a testimony that will set others free. You will not stay in the place of heartbreak. You are being lifted into a place of peace, and the same God who saw your tears is now placing favor in your hands. Let your heart rest now. You are no longer trapped in what they did. You are being set free by what God is doing. You will not repeat cycles. You will not keep walking in circles. That season is over. God is leading you forward into something new. You don't have to understand all of it now. Just trust that your healing has already begun. Your name has been whispered in heaven today. Your breakthrough has been stamped with a seal of light. What they thought would crush you is about to launch you. What they tried to steal will be multiplied in your favor. And your name will be cleared, not by your defense, but by God's evidence. Do not look away, listen until the end, because heaven's answer is hidden in these words. Child, don't carry shame. Don't carry confusion. Don't replay their lies in your mind. You are not what they said you are. You are not the version of yourself they created to cover their own guilt. You are not broken, you are becoming. You are not abandoned, you are chosen. You are not defeated, you are rising. Let go of the bitterness. Not because they deserve your kindness, but because you deserve your peace. And when the time is right, you will look back on this moment not with pain, but with praise. You'll say, that was the moment everything changed. That was the moment heaven stood for me. That was the moment I realized I was never alone. God is still writing your story. And this chapter is not ending in heartbreak. It's turning the page to something glorious. The one who betrayed you is not escaping the hand of God. Though they smiled like they were innocent, every lie they spoke has been recorded. Every time they mocked your heart behind closed doors, heaven took notice. They tried to make you feel like the problem. They tried to make others turn against you. But God is not blind, and I promise you, truth has a voice, and it's starting to echo louder than their lies. There are people right now who are beginning to see what you were trying to explain all along. Some are realizing how they misunderstood you. Some are waking up to how they allowed someone's manipulation to cloud their judgment. And while you remained kind, while you chose silence and peace over conflict, your silence was not weakness. Your silence was strength clothed in humility. Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. You will no longer be blamed for their choices. You will no longer carry the consequences of what someone else chose to do behind your back. God is shifting things right now. You may not see it in full, but in the spirit realm, things are turning. What was stolen is being returned. What was twisted is being straightened. What was hidden is being revealed without your help, without your words, without your hands. I have been with you from the beginning. I saw the exact moment your heart began to break. I heard your whispered prayers. I felt your aching silence. I walked with you into every dark room you were too afraid to face alone. And now, I will walk you out of those places into the healing light that has been waiting for you all along. God has prepared something special for you because of how you handled this. You did not curse them. You did not seek revenge. You didn't destroy what you could have. And because of your restraint, your name is rising in the eyes of heaven. You've earned something greater than anyone could have ever taken from you. You've gained favor that cannot be measured in words. Beloved, the ache in your chest is not for nothing. The sleepless nights were not wasted. Every moment of pain has created space in you for something holy. There's a kind of strength being built in your soul that no one will ever be able to take away again. You are becoming someone who not only survives betrayal, but shines brighter because of it. Don't go back to what broke you. Don't pick up the pieces they left behind. God is not asking you to fix what someone shattered in ignorance and cruelty. God is doing a new thing in you. The healing will not look like what you thought. It won't be through their apology. It won't be through their change. It will be through your own peace, your own growth, your own joy that rises up like sunlight after a long night. Some of the people who turned away from you are starting to feel the weight of that choice. Not because you want them to suffer, but because the truth can only stay buried for so long. And now, that truth is speaking louder than every excuse. It's showing up in their dreams. It's waking them up with a feeling they can't explain. It's pressing on their hearts with a conviction that cannot be ignored. And for you, it's time to heal deeper. It's time to start seeing yourself not through the eyes of those who hurt you, but through the love of the one who created you. You are not broken. You are sacred. You are not forgotten. You are remembered in heaven by name. You are not a victim. You are a vessel for something holy, something eternal, something divine. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. Let the tears fall if they need to. Let the pain rise to the surface so it can be released. Healing is not always loud. Sometimes it begins in quiet moments like this one, when you finally start believing that your story isn't over, and that it never depended on their approval to begin with. There is a joy coming that will silence every mocking voice. There is a blessing coming that will rise higher than every betrayal. There is a love waiting for you that won't require you to shrink, to beg, or to suffer in silence. The love of Jesus Christ is wrapping around your life right now, and it will never let go. You are not meant to carry this weight forever. You are not called to live in survival. You are being led into peace, into fullness, into a future where you are celebrated, not used, not ignored, not lied to, but truly loved. I promise you, the pain will not last forever. The light is already breaking through. Just hold on, child of God. There's no silence strong enough to protect a lie forever. The weight of what they did to you has reached the heavens, and now, the hand of God is moving gently but powerfully to bring everything hidden into full view. The people who once doubted you will begin to feel an uneasiness in their spirit, as if something is being whispered in their hearts. That is the voice of heaven, correcting what they once misunderstood. You've lived with the pain of unanswered questions, with memories that wake you up in the middle of the night, trying to make sense of how someone could hurt you so deeply. But the pain you endured was never missed by the eyes of Jesus. Every single second of your heartbreak was cradled in His hands. He has been storing your tears like treasure, not to shame you, but to turn them into something glorious. They thought their words could define you. They believed their betrayal would break you permanently. But what they didn't realize is that while they were busy destroying your name in front of others, God was preparing a crown for you in the quiet. While they were trying to close every door around you, God was opening one you didn't even know existed. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. You see, heaven never depends on human approval. The purpose on your life is not subject to their opinion. The oil God has poured over you is not theirs to wipe away. What God is about to do in your life has nothing to do with what they tried to destroy. You are being lifted now, not because of them, but in spite of them. Child of God, the shift is happening. The air around you may still feel heavy, but spiritually, chains are falling. You are not the same person you were in the moment you were betrayed. You have become stronger, wiser, more aware. The purity in your heart is still intact, even though others tried to crush it. That is a miracle only heaven could perform. Let your spirit rise. Let your hope breathe again. You've been stuck in survival mode for too long, but the time for thriving has come. You don't need to perform for acceptance anymore. You don't have to prove your worth to those who never truly saw you. God is about to position you in front of people who will value you, love you, and hold you the way your soul has always longed to be held. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. This healing won't come with grand speeches. It won't come through dramatic confessions from those who betrayed you. It will come quietly, like morning light slipping through your window, soft and holy. You'll notice it in the way you no longer feel triggered when you hear their name. You'll feel it in the peace that starts to replace the bitterness you once had to fight so hard to resist. And they, the one who hurt you, they will begin to feel the weight of their actions. Not because you want revenge, but because truth has a way of surfacing in the quietest places. They will see the beauty of what they lost. They will remember how you loved them when they were cold. How you believed in them when no one else did. And that memory will not be erased. But this part of the story is not about them anymore. It's about you. It's about the healing God is pouring into your life. It's about the smile you're learning to wear again, not to cover pain, but to express freedom. It's about the voice you're starting to use again, no longer silenced by fear or shame. It's about the way your spirit is beginning to sing again, songs of hope that come straight from heaven. There's a sacred joy waiting for you on the other side of this pain. And it's not dependent on who stayed or who left. It's dependent only on God's love for you, and that love never wavers. You are walking into a season where nothing is missing. Nothing is broken. Nothing is wasted. Even your betrayal will become part of the blessing. Type Amen if you believe God is watching over you, and share this video with 7 faithful hearts to bring blessings and miracles to your life. Don't cling to what hurt you. Don't keep repeating old conversations in your mind, trying to make sense of what can't be justified. Let God handle it now. Let Jesus cover you in His peace. Let the angels guide you forward with strength, with clarity, with gentleness. You are being carried out of sorrow. And you're not going alone. I'm walking with you. Heaven is with you. God is smiling over you. And the best part of your story is still waiting to unfold. You were never called to fight your battles with noise. Your silence was not weakness, it was obedience. When they wronged you and you chose peace over retaliation, you were not being naive. You were walking in the footsteps of Jesus, who taught love in the face of cruelty, who forgave those who pierced Him, and who waited for the glory of resurrection instead of proving anything to those who mocked Him. Your story mirrors that same holy strength. You did not collapse under betrayal. Though it cut deep, you stood. Though you cried in silence, you stood. Though your mind screamed to retaliate, you chose to love from a distance. And that kind of love doesn't vanish into nothing. It echoes through eternity and calls down blessings that no one can block. Right now, heaven is honoring what you endured. The betrayal that tried to silence your light has only revealed how bright it truly is. The lies they told are starting to lose power. The truth is rising through unexpected people, through unlikely situations. People who never looked twice are now beginning to see the real you. Not the version painted by your betrayer, but the version heaven has always known. Beloved, the one who hurt you is being brought into divine awareness. They may not confess out loud. They may never apologize the way your soul deserved. But there will be a reckoning in their heart. They will carry the weight of what they did, not because you cursed them, but because the presence of God never forgets the pain inflicted on His child. Type 1212 if you know God is guiding your steps. You are not fragile. You are not ruined. What they did to you will not follow you forever. The trauma may have shaken you, but it cannot rewrite the purpose God placed in your life. Even in your brokenness, you were holy. Even in your silence, you were seen. Even in your lowest hour, you were wrapped in the arms of Jesus. Now, you are being lifted. Not forcefully, not loudly, but gently, like a flower leaning into the sun after a long, dark winter. You are rising not because you pushed your pain away, but because you allowed your heart to be honest. You faced what others ran from. You looked at your wounds and still chose to love. God saw every moment you were tempted to give up. Every time you held your chest and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." Every single tear was sacred. Not one of them disappeared into the air. They reached the heart of the Father, and now they are returning to you in the form of unexpected blessings, quiet breakthroughs, and a calm that the world cannot explain. Let yourself receive. You've given so much. You've poured out love to people who only wanted to take. You've stretched your soul trying to keep peace. You've forgiven more times than you've been thanked. But now it's your turn to receive, not just from others, but from God Himself. Let heaven fill your cup again. Let love find you again, not the kind that drains you, but the kind that feels like home. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brainwave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. You may not feel ready to trust again. That's okay. Healing doesn't require rushing. It only requires willingness. And as long as you're willing to keep your heart open to God, He will begin to pour in what was stolen. He will send new relationships. He will restore your confidence. He will speak to your soul in ways that bring relief. And slowly, your wounds will turn to wisdom. Your scars will become soft places of strength. To the one who hurt you, yes, heaven saw. But the story doesn't end with what they did. Your story continues with what God is about to do. There is more love ahead. More peace. More laughter. More joy that will overflow in places you never expected. Keep walking forward. Keep believing in the goodness of God. He hasn't forgotten the promise He whispered to you before the pain began. He hasn't abandoned your prayers. The delay is not denial. It's preparation. You are walking into something better than you've imagined. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. The one who betrayed you did more than just hurt your feelings. They wounded a place that was sacred inside you. They touched the most innocent part of your love and twisted it. And still, with everything they took, you refused to become like them. You did not allow their actions to define your spirit. You carried yourself with quiet grace, while your soul was screaming for understanding. You were not just surviving, you were enduring with dignity. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. Heaven does not overlook such things. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to remind you that your patience, your restraint, your compassion, even toward those who broke you, all of it is remembered. Nothing you've done in love has been wasted, even if they never thanked you, even if they laughed behind your back after using your kindness. God saw it. God held it. God is returning it to you now, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing with goodness. It's okay if you still cry sometimes. The memory of what happened may still pass through you like a shadow on a quiet evening. But you are not living in that shadow anymore. You are walking toward light, and the light is calling you forward with warmth. There's no need to explain to others what really happened. Let your peace do the talking. Let your joy speak louder than their gossip. Let your future make the noise that your words could never make. You are stepping into a space that betrayal cannot enter. This next chapter of your life is protected. Heaven is guarding your peace. Jesus himself is walking ahead of you, clearing the path, smoothing the stones, preparing the hearts of those who will honor your soul. You will not need to beg for love again. You will not need to prove your worth again. You will be known without performing, seen without pretending, and loved without questioning. The people who misunderstood your silence will come to see it wasn't weakness, it was divine protection. The ones who believed the lies spoken against you will slowly begin to see the truth as it rises like morning sun across your life. You don't have to say, "I told you so." You don't need to expose anyone. God has already taken care of that. And when heaven reveals, it reveals fully, clearly, and with undeniable clarity. Let your heart stop bracing for more pain. Let it begin to soften again. There is someone coming into your life, sent by God, who will not betray you, who will not treat your gentleness like a game. Someone who will recognize your heart without needing to be convinced. This new connection will feel like healing in human form. You'll feel safe again, and that safety will allow your soul to grow in ways it never could when it was busy protecting itself from harm. But before that newness comes fully, God wants you to receive something else, a deep peace that is not tied to a person, a place, or a promise. A peace that comes only from knowing you are completely held by Him. You are being cradled in His love right now. Not judged. Not blamed. Not forgotten. You are precious in His eyes, and no amount of betrayal can rewrite what God has already written over your life. Let yourself grieve, but don't get stuck there. Let yourself feel it, but don't build a home in the sorrow. What was done to you was real, but what God is doing in you now is even more real. You are being rebuilt on stronger foundations. This time, you won't have to watch your back. This time, your joy won't come with warnings. This time, your laughter won't feel guilty. You'll be able to breathe fully, without holding parts of yourself in fear of being misunderstood or used. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. The truth has a quiet power. It doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to chase. And it always arrives at the right time. The truth is arriving now. Not just about them, but about you. About who you truly are, and how deeply God values the beauty of your soul. Let it reach you. Let it sink in. Let it free you. You have passed through fire, but you are not burned. You have walked through betrayal, but your spirit remains unshaken. And now, the Spirit of God is pouring peace, restoration, and favor over every part of your life that was touched by darkness. Heaven never allows suffering without a sacred return. The ache in your heart did not fall into emptiness. It landed in the hands of a God who catches every tear, who holds every trembling prayer, and who turns every broken piece into part of something eternal. You may not see the full picture yet, but what was once shattered in silence is already being restored in the light. The one who betrayed you thought they walked away untouched. They believed your silence was weakness, your forgiveness was foolishness, and your loyalty was something to be used and discarded. But what they did not realize is that your spirit was never in their hands. Your identity was never theirs to define. Your value was never tied to their approval. From the beginning, your worth has been sealed by God Himself. You tried to hold on. You gave more chances than you should have. You waited, prayed, and hoped that they would change, that they would see you clearly, that they would treat you with the love you so freely gave. But they chose deceit. They chose selfishness. And even when they had your heart in their hands, they crushed it without remorse. Yet you, precious one, you did not let it make you bitter. You still chose to love, even if from afar. You still prayed for their soul, even as yours was healing. That kind of strength cannot be taught by this world. That is divine strength. That is the love of Jesus working through you, even when your flesh was weary, even when your heart was drained. Do not let shame rest in your soul. You did nothing wrong by loving them. You were not wrong for believing in their better side. You were not foolish for offering grace. Your softness was not a weakness. It was proof that even when darkness came close, your heart remained full of light. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the Money Magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. Others are already awakening this hidden signal and watching their lives transform. Do not be the one left behind while abundance passes you by. Now, God is separating you from what no longer belongs to you. The confusion is lifting. The pain is beginning to make sense, not because it was fair, but because it has brought you to a place where heaven can now move freely in your life. No more attachments to people who were not sent by God. No more bonds with souls who didn't value yours. You are being released from what was never yours to carry. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul today. You will see how everything changes. The same place you were betrayed will become the place where you are blessed. The same heart that once felt empty will overflow with joy. The same hands that once reached out in desperation will now rise in praise, holding blessings that can't be taken away. God is not just healing you, He is elevating you. And yes, the one who hurt you will remember. Not because you wish them harm, but because truth lingers longer than lies. They will remember your kindness, your patience, your unwavering love. And it will visit them like a mirror, showing them what they once had and how they mishandled a soul chosen by God. But even then, your eyes will no longer look backward. You will no longer crave closure from the one who could never give it. Your peace will not come from their words, it will come from your own wholeness. You will look forward, where the path is brighter, where the promises of God await you without delay, without drama, without fear. A new peace is settling over your spirit. Let it in. It is safe now. You no longer need to stay on guard. You are not in danger anymore. You don't have to keep proving your side of the story. You don't have to keep defending what they tried to destroy. God has already spoken on your behalf. Heaven has already testified. And in this next season, your name will be honored, not in revenge, but in reverence. Because those who once doubted you will witness the light that never left your soul. They will see how you loved, how you waited, how you kept walking in faith when others would have collapsed in bitterness. You are being honored by heaven not just for surviving, but for how you survived. With grace. With love. With your heart still open. You have walked through a valley that few knew you were even in. While others carried on with their lives, you were surviving storms they never saw. You smiled through tears, stayed strong when you felt like falling apart, and kept trusting God even when you couldn't feel anything but silence. That is not weakness. That is courage. That is faith at its purest form. And heaven is honoring every quiet step you took in pain. The one who betrayed you took more than just trust, they took pieces of your peace, pieces of your self-worth, pieces of the light you used to carry so freely. But they did not take your destiny. They did not take your anointing. They did not remove your name from the book of blessings God wrote for you before you were born. What they did might have delayed your joy, but it did not destroy it. Your story is not ending in grief. God is writing a new chapter, one where the betrayal becomes the beginning of your rising, one where your heartbreak becomes the seed of your highest healing. You will look back one day and see how everything they did against you only became fuel for your spiritual growth. They meant to silence you, but your voice will rise stronger. They meant to dim your light, but you will shine brighter than ever. Type Amen if you surrender fully to God's will. You don't need their apology to move forward. You don't need them to explain why they hurt you. What you need is already being given to you: a deep release, a divine cleansing, a spiritual restoration that is more real than any words they could ever offer. God is healing the ache that no one else knew how to reach. He is stepping into places that even you were afraid to revisit. This is your resurrection moment. This is when the old dies and the new begins. Not with loud celebration, but with quiet strength. You are rising, not with bitterness in your heart, but with clarity, with wisdom, with a peace that surpasses everything you've known before. This peace is not temporary. It's not something the world gave, and it's not something the world can take away. Let yourself rest now. You have carried this for too long. You have tried to figure out what you did wrong, where you failed, how it could have gone differently. But I need you to know, this was never your fault. The betrayal was never about your lack. It was about their brokenness. And while they tried to transfer their darkness onto you, you resisted. You chose to stay in the light, even when it hurt. That kind of faith is rare. And that kind of heart is precious. That's why heaven has chosen to surround you now with favor, with protection, with divine comfort. You are not walking alone anymore. Angels have been sent to walk beside you, to defend your name, to fight battles you'll never have to see, and to open doors no one can close. You are stepping into a season where your name will be spoken with honor, where your heart will be handled with care, where your peace will no longer be a fragile hope, but a permanent foundation. The people you're about to meet will not drain you. They will bless you. The opportunities coming to you will not confuse you. They will fit your spirit perfectly. What's ahead of you does not look like what's behind you. And the one who betrayed you, they will witness it all. Not because you wish them pain, but because truth always finds a way. They will see that you didn't need to fight dirty. You didn't need to shout or beg. You just needed to stay close to God. And because you did, your story is now becoming a testimony. Let go, beloved. You are being invited into joy, into fullness, into a life where betrayal is no longer your identity. Your identity is child of God, loved, chosen, redeemed, whole. The weight you've held for so long, the unspoken questions, the silent disappointments, the nights spent trying to hold yourself together, God is lifting all of it now. Not to erase your memory, but to restore your strength. You were never meant to carry the burden of someone else's choices. You were never created to bleed for what they refuse to heal in themselves. And now, heaven is cutting every tie that has kept your soul tangled in their brokenness. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. Type 1717 to affirm your life is in God's hands. This next part of your journey is going to feel unfamiliar, not because it's wrong, but because it's holy. You are entering a place of peace that your past never prepared you for. You'll notice it in the way your heart no longer aches when you think of them. You'll see it in how you no longer search for their name in rooms where you used to feel empty. You'll feel it when you smile, not to hide your pain, but because you genuinely feel light again. Beloved, you have grown. You have grown through betrayal, through confusion, through rejection. The roots of your faith have deepened in the soil of your suffering. And because of that, your foundation is unshakable now. No storm can undo the stability God has built in your soul. No opinion can diminish the truth He has spoken over your life. You are unbreakable, not because life didn't try, but because God held you through every moment it did. You don't have to be who you were before the pain. That version of you served its purpose. But the you that's rising now, the one who loves wiser, listens deeper, trusts more carefully, and still hopes boldly, that you is the fruit of divine refinement. God has been shaping you through it all. And now, you are ready to receive what you once were not strong enough to hold. Your peace will be louder than your past. Your joy will be more lasting than their betrayal. You will not only survive this, you will thrive because of it. And the people around you will begin to ask how you've changed, how you've healed, how you've grown so strong. You won't have to explain. Your presence will speak for itself. Your calm will testify. Your glow will reveal the goodness of God. There will be no bitterness in your blessing. You won't need to say a word about what they did. The way God elevates you will be enough. Your success won't be revenge, it will be restoration. And the more you rise, the less their shadows will matter. Their betrayal will become a distant memory, a chapter you don't need to revisit, because you'll be too busy living the promise that was always meant for you. You are not called to stay in the place of sorrow. You are called into joy, into purpose, into the kind of love that makes your soul exhale. This is not a temporary high. This is the life you were born to live, a life where peace is your foundation and Jesus is your center. A life where your heart is safe, where your laughter is pure, where your boundaries are honored, and where your love is not wasted. Heaven is not just healing you. Heaven is preparing others to receive you with the same depth and sincerity you've always given. You won't have to fight for their attention. You won't have to beg for their honesty. What's coming is mutual. It's kind. It's real. And most of all, it's sent by God. So breathe. You don't have to keep carrying that fear of being hurt again. God is walking before you, hand-picking who stays in your life from now on. You are divinely protected. You are completely covered. And whatever tried to destroy you before will never be allowed to touch you again. Type 1818 to claim miracles and breakthroughs. The one who betrayed you has been revealed. But more importantly, the one who has been protecting you, your God, has never left your side. And that truth will carry you into a future that no betrayal could ever cancel. What they tried to take from you, your peace, your clarity, your confidence, was never theirs to own in the first place. They didn't just betray you, they violated something sacred. Yet through it all, you kept your heart soft. You remained someone who could still love. You didn't allow their darkness to define your future. And that alone makes you victorious in the eyes of heaven. You've learned the hardest lessons, not from books, not from teachings, but from the ache of loving someone who didn't value what was pure in you. That pain became your teacher. It carved out places in your soul where compassion now lives. And while you never asked for this kind of strength, God has been using it to form something holy inside you. You will never again shrink to fit into the smallness of people who can't handle your light. You will never again bend yourself to keep the peace in rooms where your presence is treated like a burden. That season of sacrifice for those who never saw you has ended. You are not called to suffer for people who choose to misunderstand your heart. Now is the time for the light in you to grow. God is placing you in spaces where your softness will be honored, where your words will not be twisted, where your tears will not be dismissed as weakness. You are stepping into a space of rest. A place of renewal. A chapter written by God's own hand, not shaped by the shadows of what others did to you. Let your soul finally rest from defending yourself. Let your heart finally stop carrying what should have never been placed on you. There's no more need to keep explaining your side. Heaven has seen everything. The one who betrayed you has been revealed, not only to others, but to themselves. Their own spirit will feel what they tried to suppress. Their mind will remember the kindness they walked away from. And their heart will be pierced, not by punishment, but by truth. But your healing does not depend on their regret. It is coming from a much higher place, from the love of Jesus, who sat with you in your loneliness, who caught every silent cry, who whispered hope into you even when you had nothing left to hold on to. That love is alive inside you now, growing stronger, steadier, calmer with every step you take away from the past. You are not the same person who was hurt. You have become more anchored, more aware of your worth. You now know what you deserve, not because others finally told you, but because God never stopped reminding you through quiet signs, through small moments of peace, through the way your spirit kept breathing even after it felt like everything fell apart. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today.